Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. We're looking at this 2009 Toro recycler. Again, this is a project I've been working on. It's the 20331 model number, the Toro number. The engine's got a production date of 2009, quantum style. So this thing's been dogging me for a couple days now. I've kind of been messing with it here and there. I did more work on this 2017 Hyper Crud. I rectified this today, put the wheels in the highest deck position, sharpened the blade, carb clean on this. The side chute there was only held on with one bolt. I put another bolt on that. The rear brackets here for the handle, they were moving back and forth. I ended up putting an extra bolt on each side to keep it from rotating, so that's solid. New safety brake cable on it, so I kind of messed with this. So the deal with this 2009 Toro is the wheels dogged me pretty much for the whole time, and I'll bring you over here to the tailgate and show you. So I've been trying to rectify these wheels. What happened, 3 out of the 4 wheels, when I went to take the wheels off to grease up the axles, the whole thing came out. The bushing and the axle bolt. So I've had the stuck bushings and bolts sitting today, and part of yesterday in a 50-50 acetone automatic transmission fluid mixture, and I'll put this on the roof of my Honda CR-V to let it heat up during the day and try to activate the acetone and ATF. So we're going to discuss this. I'm going to pull one out and show you. So in the meantime, I've made another bushing. We'll get to that. So this is the only one that hadn't crapped out on me. I want to reuse the wheels. There's a lot of meat on the teeth. Same thing for this one. There's no wear on the plastic teeth, so I don't want to scrap these. The treads are a little worn out, but I'm fine with that as long as I have enough meat on these teeth. I want to reuse these because this is 20 to 22 bucks for the pair. If I've got to go to the big jungle company and order a couple of wheels, I want to try to keep the cost of parts down. So let me grab some needle nose pliers. I'll dig out what's been baking here in the sun, and I'll show you what ends up happening. I don't want to touch this acetone with my bare hands, so that's why I'm using these pliers. So you can see the bushing here rusted to the axle, and what I try to do is grab some vice grips, clamp down on that bushing, and grab a 1/2 inch socket or open-end wrench, and just try twisting this. I've also put this on concrete and tapped it with the hammer all the way around to try to break the rust. So I tried this a few hours ago to break this free, and it's totally rusted together. So I decided to try to keep moving with the project. I'll let these sit for another couple days in the sun and try to get these things to break free. Here's another one. So what I ended up doing is making my own bushing, and I stole some axles off of a junk Toro in my scrap yard. So I went in the back there and snatched a few of these axles, and I just ended up making my own bushing. So this is the last bushing I made. I already have done the high rear wheels on that Toro, so I'm down to my last bushing here. So what I end up doing, this is 5/8 OD outside diameter copper tubing. My brother kind of did some research for me out in Phoenix, Arizona. He said, this is copper pipe used in refrigeration. It has 5/8 OD measurements. That's how they do it in refrigeration. Plumbing is measured inside diameter. I didn't know there was a difference between refrigeration and plumbing copper, but there is. So this must be refrigeration copper, because it was labeled OD on the other piece that I have. So 5/8 OD. So I just stuck the end of the tubing in the wheel here. I made a mark where I wanted to cut it with a sharp awl. Brought it back out and just used my small copper tubing cutter and cut off what I needed. So I've got a couple feet here left of this tubing for future bushings. So once that's cut, it goes right into the center of the hub here. And now I'll grease up the axle, and this will be ready to go. I can keep going with the project. Something like that. The the fronts, I'll show you what the fronts have. The rears have a small washer that go against the bracket. The fronts have this spacer. It's kind of stepped smaller here, larger on the other side, and goes something like that. When it goes against the plastic dirt guard, I'll show you. I'll bring you down there to show you. That big fat washer goes something like this. It fits in this hole right here, like that. Then you put your axle through the washer and it screws into the bracket. That's how this thing goes. Kind of sits in that plastic guard. It doesn't go this way. It goes big washer part to the outside, little part of the washer to the inside. It fits in that little cut space. Anyway, if you guys have messed with these Toros, you know how to put that back together. So this 5/8 OD copper tubing's been coming in handy lately. I've been making myself some bushings. This front wheel drive bushing's a little longer than what the rears were, I believe. I know there was a couple of different lengths I know I didn't cut them all the same. I kind of used the hub as my guide, put it in all the way till it dead ends, made a mark, and then just cut it like so. Anyway, that's what I'm doing today, getting towards the end of the day. I think I'm done messing around with this stuff for today. Don't forget on your salsa jar to keep the lid on it, because that acetone evaporates really quickly. You leave this open overnight and all you'll have is transmission fluid here in the morning. That acetone really evaporates. So we'll let these sit. Maybe I can salvage them, get the bushings to break free of my axle. If not, I'll probably take a grinder and cut those bushings off and just use some copper ones. Make a couple more copper bushings, because I'm kind of going to run low on these axle bolts. I got to try to salvage what's in here. So there you go. That's how we're doing it. Anywho, 2009 Toro, the 20331 is what we were working on today. Got a new mascot. Went to Dollar Tree today to get some grill cleaner, some paper towels, and I happened to go down the toy section and I found him. I thought he'd be a good addition to my mascot posse. You never can have too many mascots. They really come in handy. They motivate you to get the job done. You guys have a good rest of your day. Appreciate you coming out. I'm going to sit on the front porch, have some refreshments. My son took me to Polo Tropical and bought me lunch today. So that was nice. Anywho, you guys continue to have a nice day. Tip your waitress and wait staff. This was fast food. There was no tipping involved. You go to the counter, make your order, and they throw it down on a tray for you. There was no tip jar at the counter. Anyway, you guys have a good day. Tip your real waitress and wait staff. Thanks for coming out. Come back and see me. I got a crap load of projects to mess with, so we're going to have something coming up here to fix and talk about. Talk to you soon. I'm going to go sit on the front porch and watch the birds fly by. Have a nice day.